Hello and welcome to the penultimate talk here at EPAM's Global Blockchain Community Day 2023, and a special thank you to anyone who stayed with us here from the previous one. Before I introduce your next speaker, just a couple of quick reminders. Don't forget that the sessions are being recorded and the recordings will be available in the next week. Second, during the presentation, if you've got any general comments or thoughts you want to share with the rest of the audience that are watching this with you, please do feel free to drop them in the chat on the sidebar of the community page where this talk's being broadcast. However, if you have got any specific questions for our speaker, please do make sure that you use the Q&A tab that's up in the top right-hand corner of your screen rather than the general chat. If you use that, you can ask your questions anonymously if you want to, and you can also vote for other people's questions. We'll come back to those questions at the end, so please do make sure you use the thumbs up and show us what you want most answered in terms of the questions from your speaker. And with that, I would like to introduce your speaker for this session, Sateesh Deshpande. So Sateesh is a senior delivery manager for EPAM. He's a technology and solution architect with more than 20 years of software engineering experience, an experienced public speaker on modern IT and also the latest technology trends. He's worked across the entire software development cycle, and as a transformation expert, he's worked on multiple on-premise to cloud migration projects, and he's a technical and practical implementation expert in CI/CD as well. Today, he's here to tell us all about the positive influence that Bitcoin can have in the world of AI. Sateesh, over to you.
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, everyone. Hope you are doing well. Okay, let me share my presentation first before. Okay, interesting. It just gave me. Just a minute. I can't see the. Okay, it's better. I will share the window. Can you see my screen? No. Okay,
It's
great.
just coming through.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go.
Fantastic. Okay, so hello everyone. So today I'm going to talk about. Okay, it's still okay. You are able to see my screen and the full zoomed in version of the presentation. That's good. Thank you, Gordon, for the brilliant introduction. And today I'm going to talk about blockchain technology influence, or how exactly AI world, how exactly it will influencing and influencing the AI world. So it's a brilliant topic. A lot of new the topics or discussions we are going to have in today's session. Okay, without further ado, let's start with the first information. So, okay. So what is blockchain? You must have heard about blockchain almost throughout the weeks now, throughout this week. Some of you must be as good as you can start explaining about blockchain. You are ready to do the blockchain presentation. That much you heard about blockchain. So what is blockchain? I just want to touch base what is blockchain, just in case someone is new to this domain and they just joined for this session, or they just still discovering what is blockchain is about. Okay, blockchain is a distributed ledger technology that allow for a secure, transparent, tamper-proof transactions. As you see, data is stored in the blocks. Data is stored in the data blocks, and it is secure, very secure. Why it is? I'll come to that. It is transparent. It is generally blockchain is the transparent data shared across the multiple computer networks, and it is tamper proof. Why it is? Because offers some one of the best feature that is called blockchain is immutable. What is that? And all we will discuss in the next slides. And coming to the blockchain, another point is they are. It is not a just data block which is having the data. It is interestingly having links to the data blocks also. Uh, it is a public database, as you know, shared across the multiple network computers, multiple networks and computers and servers, and each of them have a internet or a connection, and each block of the chain contains set of data, and each block is linked to previous data. As you see in the image, there is a link to the previous data block. It makes it immutable, because if you try to delete any one block from the blockchain, so it will become unuseful. So there is no edit, there is no update operations allowed in the blockchain. Instead, you have to you have to insert a new set of a data block. Okay, that makes the blockchain technology itself is really immutable. What exactly the benefit of immutable, you will know in the coming slides. But yes, you just remember the blockchain technology is a ledger technology that has secure, transparent, temperable transactions stored in this as the public database, and it is immutable in behavior. So that makes it very useful. Okay, that's about blockchain. I can talk about blockchain for a day actually, but keeping the time, yes, we will go to our next interesting topic, which is artificial intelligence. So, what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science which most of us studied in our graduation or diploma or whatever you have done. Yes, AI is there since almost like 20 years plus, and it's a branch of computer science, deals with the creation of intelligent agents or robots, uh, which are a system that can reason and learn and act us autonomously. So that's the key actually. They learn, you have to train it. Oh, sorry. One second. Yeah, you have to train it, and it learns and it reproduces the response as per your need. And AI is a rapid growing field, and they have many different types of AI, which we will discuss today. Okay, though some of the very important uh, areas of artificial intelligence I'll touch base, which is a machine learning language. Machine learning. Machine learning is a subset of AI that focus on algorithms and models that can learn from the data and make the predictions and decisions without being explicitly programmed. That's the beauty of machine learning. Okay, machine learning helps you to it's a plain algorithm. You don't need to write extensive code. It helps you to learn from the data and give you the predictions and decisions, help you associated with any data you have to predict something and explicitly without any big programming. Key topics of ML include supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforcement of the learning, and neural network. Okay, that's the first AI domain which most of you must have heard of. However, there are much more. Let's learn a few of them, and I will try to connect with the blockchain a little later. And the next one is about deep learning. What is deep learning? Deep learning is another subfield, and deep learning is subfield of the machine learning domain actually. And the ML, since it's a subset of a ML, it deals with the neural networks and composed of multiple layers actually. And deep learning models are recognize a complex pattern. Why exactly deep learning is into the news is because it helps in quicker recognition of the complex patterns, pictures, text, sound, and other data products, whatever come in the IT field, it can, or in the other industries, it can quickly recognize that. And deep learning is helping in that actually. It produces the accurate insight and the prediction. Okay, it has really, the deep learning really revolutionized the various AI applications, including the computer vision, NLP, which is a natural language processing, and the speech recognition. You know, speech recognition, even Office, Word, and all. We started, instead of a typing rims of a document, so we can just talk and it just recognize and start typing it on behalf of you. So there are so many features which is deep learning is a base for that actually. And and the third one is uh, augmented AI, which is, this is particularly in news actually. Augmented intelligence or AI is designed to work with the human, enhancing the capability rather than removing the humans from the picture. Actually, there is a lot more debates, there's a lot more discussions going on how exactly artificial intelligence is going to make human not much useful, or there may be loss of jobs or this thing. I don't see in that way, because it yes, augmented AI is very very closely depend or rely on the machine learning and the deep learning. And it just crunch through rims of data which humans can take ages to run, read and understand. It makes a decision, takes the action, like a data analytic predictions and customer preference, something which we hear about, because we work in the commerce world and we have to know the nerves of the customer, and how exactly they work, how exactly they think, how exactly they behave, and what is their expectation is the key to understand and show them what exactly they need is the key in the most of the IT world, software and the technology and the the products we develop. And augmented AI is very 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 crucially playing that role actually. And if you are very new to the augmented AI, you must have heard that augmented AI chatbots like ChatGPT, Bard, and other AI chatbots, which has which are the AI language models actually that can be considered as the examples of augmented AI. However, they still use most of the machine learning, deep learning, and augment intelligence concept internally. Okay, and another few models which I don't want to go in detail, rather I just want to touch base so that you should be knowing it. NLP, which is a natural language processor, so that involves in interaction between the computers and human languages. This is the key actually, because if you know ChatGPT and Bird and others, yes, it understand what exactly you type in. It won't suggest you what exactly you can search for. Instead, it try to get the tone of the user and start giving you the information according to the questions given to it. So NLP is one of the crucial AI development what I have seen actually. It's there in since last few years. It includes like tasks like language understanding, sentiment analysis, machine translation, and text generation, and the questions and answers, kind of a bot. Okay, and the computer vision and robotics, many of you know, yes, they are also a part of artificial intelligence domain, and they are key areas actually. Computer vision and robotics are key areas, because if you heard recent Apple release, they are talking about Vision Pro. Vision Pro is one of the brilliant discovery. Yes, I'm sure we might have some kind of a TV room discussion happening in the home, and all can be gradually reduced to zero, because it is, you just wear a specs, just wear a type of a glass, and the whole world is open to you using the Apple Vision Pro. I'm really waiting, and I really like the fact that it is providing 400 the 4K plus digital experience of the screens and all. I'm looking forward. However, if you see, Apple Vision Pro is a combination of machine learning, deep learning, and the augmented AI, and little more, which is the computer vision and other aspects. So we are going into the AI world very very fast since in last few, 3 4 years actually, and blockchain as a technology is going to play a major role. How and what domain and others, yes, let's discuss in the next pages. Okay, blockchain and AI. It where exactly it best fit into the business overview. First is financial services. Okay, so first of all, before coming to this, blockchain and AI that can be used in a great number of this combo, this technical combo is going to be used for develop any powerful applications actually, whether it is from financial, supply chain, or healthcare, government, you name it. Yes, we have a classic use cases there. For example, blockchain can be used to store the data. Most of the blockchain objective, or where exactly we see the blockchain advantage is to store the data and use the AI to play on this stored data, provide the analytics, provide the business intelligence, provide the reporting, and make the predictions based on the data, what exactly we collated and stored in the blockchain. Some examples, let's go through the financial services, which is the one of the very very old use case actually, you must have heard since at least last 3 4 years. Very specifically, blockchain can be used to create the secure and transparent financial transactions in this. However, AI can be used to analyze the financial data and make the predictions accordingly. How is that will come in next few minutes. And the next one is supply chain. Supply chain is another the big domain actually. It is playing vital role, and it has some many more. Yeah, it is very necessary, and it has a respective challenges also. How exactly blockchain and AI is going to resolve this? How exactly these two technologies going to speed up the blockchain functionality? We will see. Blockchain can be used in used to track the movement of the goods and services. That's very very important, especially if you remember during the COVID time and all. So the trucks were the lorries and trucks and ships were got stuck somewhere because there's no people to do the logistic operations and others actually. And in fact, even if you remember the Panama uh, channel, ship got stuck actually. So all these things, the blockchain can be used to monitor the movement of the goods and services. However, AI can be used to optimize the supply chains and identify the potential problems, because it helps in predicting the scenarios, predicting the blockers, predicting how exactly the even including the weather or environment, how exactly it changes. We can do some kind of intelligence on that and influence the blockchain technology. And the next technology which I really want more and more use of blockchain and AI is healthcare. Healthcare is very very crucial, as you know. It is same as the food actually. The supply chain, if you consider food, and healthcare is it's about after eating the food, how what you do. The blockchain can be used to the securely store and share the medical records. However, AI can be used to diagnose for the diseases, or even develop the new the remedy for the new disease, or the pandemic, or any such type of unnatural calamity. Okay, so other one is about legislation, and you can see it as a governance or the government domain. The blockchain can be used to create a secure and transparent system where exactly either you can use it for the election or you can use it for the mm, mm, counting the vote, and you can use it for the ruling out the new policy, or even you can use it for the election yeah, forming the government, and how exactly you and what kind of a government you can form. And these all data can be stored in blockchain. And AI again, which is very good at analytics and giving us the good report, we can use it accordingly. So okay. Overall, as you see in the both business overview, blockchain and AI are two major disruptive technologies of our time. Actually, we hope you agree with that, because especially blockchain and AI, you keep hearing a lot in recent time. As these two technology as these two technology continue to develop, we can expect to see using it together can create a more powerful and more autonomous applications. Actually, in the future, blockchain and AI can be used to revolutionize the wide range of industries, including the finance, healthcare, governance, and all we spoke. Actually, blockchain and AI are a two yeah, blockchain and AI are a two powerful technology that have potential to change the world. Is that is really true, because if you see in and around blockchain and AI, the number of innovations, the number of products coming into market, there are tremendous actually. And most of these applications and the proposals, the fix for the solutions and all are coming are primarily using these two technologies as the base. Actually, by working together, these technologies can create a more secure, transparent, intelligent future for us. And now let's discuss some of these use cases in detail, especially how exactly these two technologies are solving the problems of the various industries. With some specific example, let's see that. Uh, okay. So in this screen, yes, we will talk about how exactly some specific use cases are getting fixed or solved using the blockchain and AI technology. Okay. First, healthcare, as you saw that in the previous screen also. Uh, Healthcare is a very crucial field, because you have to have a data security and privacy of this data you stored. And data here is the patient records, patient data, patient treatment history, patients reports, x-rays, and everything they have to be stored very securely. And there should be very uh, adequate privacy need to be applied on this data. Okay, AI and blockchain technology provide enhanced ownership of and management of the patient data. This technology combo lets healthcare professionals to build a secure storage solution for the patient's health records and wellness plans. Wellness plans is also very important for the long term. Okay, all these applications are made through the and given a consent and recovery features such as built-in HIPAA or GDPR compliance, and AI helping it to analyze the data, and in fact it can used for the treating the patients accordingly based on the data it's stored in the blockchain domain. Okay, and the second one is about fintech. Okay, fintech is a very yeah, blockchain is quite heavily used in fintech since couple of years. But however, coming into AI, I would really want to see some great applications developed to provide me the the stock predictions, or how the market is going to act, or how exactly it is going to behave in next week or next month or next year. based on a specific parameters. However, this kind of the analytic data can be stored in the blockchain, and it will really solve the problem. And the next one is food, very very crucial, as same as our finance and health. Food is also very very important. Mm, I have heard, actually, I have read about some places where AI and blockchain really boosting the food industry in many ways, actually, especially keeping the food chain quite transparent and effectively managed production also. The companies, artificial intelligence, analyze the crops and predict how is the growth, how is the growing pattern, and how is the food produced in coming months. However, blockchains ensure the record the product supply chain of the finished product. So this is very very important. uh, so it will ease the life of the farmers, it will ease the life of the retailers and the consumers in that way. And the next area is communication and information exchange. As you see, even now, actually, there is a lot of uncredible or not so credible information keep on flowing in the media, actually, and there is no real authenticity of these information, whether they are really useful, are they really true, or many such questions generally you can get into. Uh, yeah, got into. However, using the blockchain and artificial intelligence gauge the credibility of the news content and the communication of and information uh, industry. The data flow will be very very fast, and especially it will combat the misinformation. And the companies, these new media companies, can deploy AI to identify the network polarization, bot activities, and classify the content based on the type of the information they have received, and distribute it according to the channels they have had. Okay. Blockchain, again, at the back end, act as a ledger that stores the verified content, and which acts as the data stored for the AI to play around. Other area which is very very important is a marketplace. Marketplace, if you know NFT market, yes, you must have seen the marketplace, and where it provide you the option of buying the NFTs and hosting the blockchain events, and swap it, whether you buy or swap with your friends through the cryptocurrencies and others. Marketplace is already built into blockchain technology. AI is helping it to do the analytics and the movement and the transfer of these wealth, whatever they purchased or acquired, very easily, actually. And the next very important thing, which is autonomous vehicles. Okay, I don't need to talk much about it, because the AI powered data exchange platform and real mapping of the tool, and the predictions of the directions and road data, everything, all this, most of the electric autopilot vehicles, whatever we are trying out in the various companies like Volkswagen, Tesla, and um, yeah, what else? Hyundai and others. They are all using a blockchain as the technology and AI for predicting the data in and around when the vehicle is moving. Especially, what happens is AI deep learning is used here predict the road information, which is very very crucial to have accident free driving experience. So AI deep learning is used, and it act as if there is a human driving the car and controlling the speed, and all these predictions which AI is producing is based on humongous amount of data stored in the blockchain uh, domain. Okay. Last one, not the least, actually, employee well-being. I'm sure you again. This is the one of the area where you must have already experienced this. Actually, uh, we are using blockchain and AI to streamline the processes. Blockchain and AI can automate, streamline the various administrative, repetitive, manual, time-consuming activities, or the work. Okay, which we can automate it fully, and enhanced decision making is another output of this employee well-being, which I see. You don't need to write so many lines of a code or algorithm or think through. Reserve your time to think about how exactly this decision can be made, because you already have the previous data, which is stored in the blockchain technology. Bring out, use AI to make these predictions or make these decisions on behalf of you, or give you the suggestions actually. Because okay, if you know there are so many cloud and other world, they are coming out with the prediction model. Even if you want to write one small code snippet, actually, if you just type in the comment, the code, two three types of a code snippets are thrown at you, and you can pick and choose what exactly you want and go ahead. I just gone through one of the AWS session, and there was a code whisper and bedrock. These all are the systems which are using the AI features and helping our developers to come out with, to cut down all the manual and laborious and time consuming repeated monotonous jobs, and focus on the productive, increasing the productivity of the product, or come out with a good nice code, rather stop doing this repeated work by introducing the automation in and around these tasks and domains actually. And AI and blockchain is a crucial technology combo which is helping us in this actually. So overall, what I wanted to say is, yes, blockchain is there in industry for quite some time. AI was there since, actually, even during my engineering, I studied AI. It was very hard, one of the hardest topic during that time. But now it is no more because we started using it day in, day out. Okay, so combination of these two brilliant technologies can make wonderful changes in the IT ecosystem, increase the productivity, and we have to treat these two technology will work and go hand in hand uh, to influence our productivity. Rather, they will replace us. It is not going to replace any human beings. It is going to help us to make a right decision and increase our productivity, come out with a brilliant product and project ideas. These are a few things I just wanted to bring out to your attention. And there is a lot more innovation going on in this area. Some of the influential topics which I mentioned here, there is a very little. Some of them are very little progress is done. Some of them, if you think of autonomous vehicles and all, there is a huge growth. Employee well-being and all, it's we can see that in some areas. There are a lot more uncovered, undiscovered domains, which industries which we really have to work on, and such introduction sessions, such a in-depth domain and technology talks will help you and we all to think in that direction. With that, yes, I want to stop the session here, and if there is any questions, we can take out. That's it for the day from my end. Thanks for all your attendance and patience hearing. Okay.
Can you put me back up? That's great. Lovely. Thanks,
Yeah.
Sateesh, and great session there. Listening to you going through that was a couple of questions certainly that occurred to me,
Yeah.
which I wonder if you can elaborate on a
Yeah.
little bit. One of them was around the healthcare side of things. I
Yeah.
totally get around kind of the security and kind of preventing tampering that the blockchain provides.
Patience. Yeah.
But I think a lot of people probably think of blockchain as being public blockchains where you can actually inspect the ledger, you can see the transactions that are going on. Obviously, when you're talking about healthcare, privacy is absolutely key. So can you just give us a little bit more information about the difference between public and private blockchains? Because I presume healthcare will be using private blockchains.
Yeah, private blockchain. And there has, yes, whenever a blockchain is word itself is spelled, it is considered as the public database, which is transparent to everyone, anyone in the industry, and they can have the access to this. But however, there is a lot more security in and around built in. Actually, it is like I can easily give a resemblance of a cloud platform. Cloud is so much popular that yes, anyone can go and create a virtual machine in a fraction of a second. Anyone is a very sensitive line here. It is not like anyone really anyone can go and start using the system, but they should have a right access to this. They have to have the key to open this lock. Only then you will have open to this big beautiful world. In order to have that key, you have your user, your credential has to be authenticated, authorized. Only then you will get the access. So this authentication, authorization is the key here to get this open, the brilliant word access to us. There is a lot more work going on in this domain, especially authorizing and this thing, because in the blockchain what happens is I have a set of a brilliant data. I can expose it to anyone in the IT domain, but how exactly and what exactly is in it for the in it factor for me also to be evaluated. And these are the things which there is a lot more work going on. So that's where this is a factor which will differentiate having the open patient record versus very secure only limited set of GPs or only patient can having the set of the patient's record is the key here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think so that interoperability and access is hugely important.
Very, very crucial.
One final question just before we wrap up. Obviously, there's a lot of talk. We've seen a lot around, kind of DALL-E and Midjourney and all of these kind of generative AI systems. And one of the big concerns that people are having is around, how do you recognize the contributions of the artists or whatever that were actually providing the data that those were trained on. And I just wondered if blockchain is something that can help with that, with actually tracing where images have been generated based on particular data sets, and therefore perhaps allowing you to track that and then reward the original creators.
Exactly. That's a key actually. You keep hearing about a word called hallucinating. Okay. These generative AI and augmented AI, sometimes if it don't know the right answer, so it start faking out. It just give you some information which may not be so right until you validate it. However, the source of this information is a key actually, and blockchain is helping this because it know where exactly this block of the block or the database is sitting here in the domain. It can say, okay, this data is fetched from this database, and he is a provider or she is a provider, or that this company is a provider of this information. Here is a link for it. Bard started doing that actually. I see whenever you query, it gives you the one or two links, but we have a long way to grow. We and blockchain is going to help us because it is generally immutable data, and the data sets returned from a specific query will have all the location information that can be displayed here. It will make sure users that yes, this has come from authentic, genuine source of information rather I am exposed to any hallucinated information. Okay, so yes, blockchain is again we can bank on the blockchain to give that assured links and information.
Okay, lovely. We have got one more question. I know we're almost out of time. We need to get ready for our next speaker, but if you can just quickly answer this one. It's a question from Lynn Brooks, who wants to know if you've got any thoughts on blockchain technology's application in respect to identity.
Identity. Yeah.
So in other words, you're kind of proving or verifying your identity, I presume, is what that question is.
Yes, it's again very, very good question, but it has a scope, very large scope actually. If I consider, if for a mobile phone, if you really want to have a face recognition or, or thumb impression as a recognition, so this kind of information has to be really immutable. This data has to be tamper proof, and in the same way, this has to be quite securely stored. It should not be exposed to any public domain. So, blockchain helps in storing this pixel information into the blockchain database and help us to protect the data because no one can tamper it. Only the authorized user can retrieve this information, and no one can go and update my thumb impression with their thumb impression or the facial recognition of adding some eye movement to someone else. So no such, I can say, criminal tries are allowed in the having the blockchain as a backend technology. And that's what I think most of the, yeah, I just talked about the Apple Vision Pro. It is using some of such skills actually, which is a combination of multiple AI skills with when strong database. I have to study a little bit more. It is going to be released very soon. Bit expensive model, but yeah, there is a lot more work going on in this. Is the takeaway I would like to share.
All right, that's lovely. All right, that's great, Sateesh. We'll leave it there. Thanks very much for that fantastic presentation. Those of you listening, if any of you have any more questions that you think of for Sateesh, please do go onto the We Are community page, drop your question on there underneath in the comments, and we'll gather those and we'll get back to you, I guess, probably next week now. So thanks, Sateesh, and we'll move on to the next talk.
Gordon, thank you. And thanks, everyone. And if there is any questions, yes, keep on shooting. We will come back to you in the early next week. Thanks for attending. Bye-bye.